Hello, my name is Joshua Levy, and I'm proud to serve as the acting United States Attorney for the District of Massachusetts. Unfortunately, as the temperatures rise over the summer, so do acts of violent crime, impacting the safety and well-being of our families and our communities. We've been experiencing that in recent weeks with an uptick in shootings in Boston, in Springfield, in Cambridge, and in other cities. I'm here to remind you that our office and our law enforcement partners are working tirelessly to protect our neighborhoods and ensure Massachusetts residents have a safe and healthy summer. In recent years, we've seen a dangerous rise in privately made firearms, commonly referred to as ghost guns. These guns are essentially homemade. They're not made by a licensed manufacturer, and they often do not have any serial numbers on them. Last year, our office established a ghost gun task force to address this emerging threat with our federal and state law enforcement partners in order to stem the flow of ghost guns into Massachusetts. Similarly, we've also seen a surge in dangerous Glock switches, also known as auto sears or machine gun conversion devices. These small but incredibly dangerous switches turn a semi-automatic firearm into a fully automatic machine gun. With one single pull of the trigger, dozens of bullets are fired. Possessing a Glock switch can land someone in federal prison for up to 10 years. We're watching these trends carefully. Over the past year alone, our office has handled more than 200 prosecutions for firearms offenses, including those involving Glock switches or ghost guns. This translates into getting hundreds of dangerous firearms off the streets and punishing criminal offenders who sell weapons and wield them in our neighborhoods, fueling this cycle of violence. Earlier this year, the leader of the Tiny Rascal Gang, for example, up on the North Shore, was sentenced to 40 years in prison for his involvement in 6 separate shootings and for acquiring over 40 firearms, including multiple Glock switches as part of a large-scale drug trafficking conspiracy. Out in Springfield, a 2-time previously convicted felon was recently sentenced to nearly a decade in federal prison for committing another gun offense, this time when he was already on probation for his 3rd firearms offense. This defendant possessed several firearms, including an assault-style rifle with a silencer, Glock switches, large-capacity ammo magazines, and a significant amount of ammunition. Keeping communities safe is at the core of the United States Attorney's Office mission. We owe a huge debt of gratitude to the men and women who put their lives on the line to protect our communities every day. Local police officers, state police, and federal law enforcement agents. It goes without saying that illegal guns, Glock switches, and ghost guns and silencers pose a huge threat to public safety and officer safety. To that end, we will continue to aggressively investigate and prosecute anyone who violates our gun laws. Outside the courtroom, our Project Safe Neighborhood initiative has continued to build upon partnerships with local and state law enforcement, further strengthening our efforts in crime reduction strategies and deploying critical technologies such as gunshot detection devices. This spring, our office convened the police leaders from Massachusetts' 8 separate Project Safe Neighborhood cities to discuss crime trends ahead of the summer months. The result is targeted law enforcement strategies tailored to community needs. The fact is, we would much rather prevent crime than prosecute it. Our community engagement and data-driven prevention efforts are fundamental to keeping communities across Massachusetts as safe as possible, and you can help too. Call the numbers on the screen if you have any information about firearms offenses or violent crime offenses. Thank you very much.